Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Siren Frost, and welcome back to Deck Profile Weekly, Part 2. Now, listen, I finally got the camera angled right to the point that it's doing good, so I gotta be a little bit careful with this. It's probably a little sensitive. So, in my last deck profile video, I'm gonna be introducing a deck profile that I would never suspect me playing after so long, but I'm actually going to take it. I took it in, I embraced it, I just said fuck it. It was an old deck of mine that I used to love and win with. So I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. So, in this video, I'm be showing off my Royal Paladin's Jewel Knight deck, which is Broken Heart Jewel Knight Ashlei Reverse deck profile. And this deck has, a very interesting twist to it from the old ones I used to play in. When I first played in. And I gotta say, it's actually a little bit more consistent. Now, there are some questions that I do want to ask, but I will show them on the way down. So, without any further ado, let's get on with the deck profile video, starting with the Grade 0 lineup, the Grade 0 and the starting Vanguard and all that stuff. The trigger effects, yeah. So, I couldn't find a proper Grade 0 starter for this one, so I decided to go ahead and use Barcgal for my Grade 0 starter. I'm pretty sure there's other ones I can use, but for right now this is the best one I could find, and the least problematic one I could find. Next, I'm actually be playing 3 copies of the heal trigger, Innocent Ray Dragon, which is the Grade 3 in this deck, but it's a trigger, so I have to keep it where it is simultaneously. Next, I'm playing 4 complete guards, which is Flash Shielded Iseult, formerly known as Flashing Jewel Knight Iseult, because they changed her name. I like that one better than Flashing Jewel Knight, but that's me. I'm using 8 criticals in this deck, so I'm playing 4 Eponas and 4 Future Knight Llews for this deck, which is very fitting because this is still a Knight deck, so to speak. Now, believe it or not, if I do sound kind of tired, it's not because I'm bored from this game. It's just I'm mentally drained from work. So don't take it as an offense. Now, in this deck, I'm going to use up all the Jewel Knights I have that I'm mustered with. So I am using 12 Jewel Knights for Grade 1s. The first one we'll be doing is Security Jewel Knight Alwain, which is also known as for Ashlei as well. So since these are all brand new, I'm going to read each effect so you guys can help me out here. So an active skill is the first one. Rest this unit and put a normal unit from your drop into your bottom of your deck. Soul Charge 1, choose one of your Vanguards with Jewel Knight in its card name, and it gets 5k power until the end of the turn. Now here's where it gets tricky for me. It's the automatic skill for Vanguard Rearguard effect for me. When your other unit is placed on this unit's circle, look at the top card of your deck. Choose up to 1 card with Jewel Knight in its card name from Jewel Knight from random, reveal it, and put it into your hand. And put the rest of your bottom of your deck in any order. Now, question. Does anytime a unit with Jewel Knight in their name ride on a certain circle, do they still gain the ability or gain all the effects? I try to understand this deck more carefully as possible, so I just want to make double sure. The next one we have is Flirting Jewel Knight Eunice, I think that's her name is, and her skill is, at the end of battle this unit boosted, put one normal unit from your drop zone to the bottom of your deck, and Soul Charge 1. You may return this card to your hand. So, basically what it consists with, if you have a normal unit in your drop zone, you can put it in the bottom of your deck. In exchange, you Soul Charge it. So, the more Soul Charge you're doing, the more you activate certain effects now in it. Now, for Vanguard skill, now this is where her effect comes in. When your other unit is placed on the unit's circle, choose one of your opponent's rear guards in the same column as this placed unit, and retire it. If no units were retired, draw a card. So that's her ability now when she's playing the Vanguard or any other circle, so to speak. Excuse me, guys. Alright. Finally, we're playing Charging Jewel Knight Morvidus. Now, Morvidus' ability is active skill. Counterblast 1 and put a unit from your drop to on your deck and soul charge so it has gained the ability. So she has the same ability as Alwain does. When your other unit is placed on the Vanguard circle, you draw a free card. So no matter what unit you play in the Vanguard circle or Rearguard circle, you get a free card no matter what. So there you go. I can't actually believe I've been doing this for years, and I've been so far behind on shit. It's like I feel like I'm just failing everything pretty much, but I make it up for it with decks that I know I can, debut at least. For grade 2, of course, I am playing 11 grade 2s in this deck, and I'm playing 4 Banding Jewel Knight Mirandas for my first one. And her skill is, when his unit attacks while not boosted, if you're Vanguard with Jewel Knight and its card in, Counterblast 1, choose one of your Vanguards and to the end of battle, increase or decrease this unit's power to match that unit's attack power. When your other unit is placed on the unit's circle, soul charge 1, and if you have no face-up cards in your demo zone, counter charge 1. So it's a free counter charge ability, pretty much. The next one we have is Explode Jewel Knight Laile. I think it's Laile. Yeah. When it attacks, put 2 normal units from your drop zone around your deck, and you order Soul Charge 1, and this unit gets plus 5,000 power. When your other unit is placed on this unit circle, that place unit gets 10,000 power. So this is going to cause a major attack, multiple attack that's not even funny. Because there are some units in this deck that is like, oh my god, like, you're crazy. And I was like, yeah, I'm crazy. I know. Next, I'm playing 3 Dogmatized Jewel Knight Sybils. I played her as my main one before, but now that everyone has the same attack power, it's a lot easier. Vanguard, Rearguard on both accounts. When this unit attacks, put 1 grade 2 or less card from your hand into your soul and draw a card. When your other unit is placed on this unit's circle, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 grade 2 or less card with Jewel Knight in its card name from among them. Call to Rearguard and put the rest on your deck in any order. So, take a unit, Superior Call it, shove the rest back in your deck, on your deck. Multiple attacks, you guys. Multiple attacks. Multi-attacks. So, like, much like my Pale Moon deck, it does require multiple attacks. Or a lot of heavy damage. Finally, for grade 3, we are playing 4 copies of the Queen herself, Broken Heart Jewel Knight Ashlei Reverse. Now, I do love this artwork pretty much well. Like, it's a lot better looking than her other one. Believe it or not, I still have the copy of it. Now, her skill is, since she is a cross ride, she gets a different skill. Active skill, which is Vanguard only. These 2 effects are only from Vanguard only. You Soul Blast 2 cards and lock one of your rear guards. Choose one of your opponent's front row rear guards. Retire it. Look at the top 4 cards in your deck. Choose up to 1 with card with Jewel Knight in its name. And call to rear guard. And put the rest of your body in your deck in any order. And that is not a 1 per turn effect. So you can do that as many times as you want. When this unit attacks, if you have 2 or more locked cards, Counterblast 1. Search your deck for up to 2 grade 2s or lower cards with Jewel Knight in their card names, call them to rear guard. Shuffle your deck, and for each of your locked cards, this unit gets 10,000 power into the end of the turn. If you have 3 or more locked cards into the end of the battle, your opponent cannot call Sentinels from hand to the Guardian Circle. So they're going to have to rely on any cards they hand possible. Next, I'm playing 4 copies of Pure Heart Jewel Knight Ashlei. And I did love this card for a lot of reasons. At the end of battle, this unit attacked, Soul Blast 2, or Soul Blast 2. Search your deck for up to 1 grade 2 or less card with Jewel Knight in its card name called a rear guard. And shuffle your deck. If this unit is on the Vanguard circle, call the 2 cards instead of 1. When your other unit is placed on this unit's circle, Counterblast 1. And that placed unit gets plus 1 critical in the end of turn. So, she gets a plus 1 critical, she gets another plus 1 critical. They all get plus 1 criticals according to Oprah Winfrey. Finally, for our last grade 3, we're playing 2 copies of Leading Jewel Knight Salome. the main boss in the very first time when Jewel Knights were debuted. Her one-turn skill is, at the end of battle this unit was attacked. Counterblast 1. Choose any number of your cards with Jewel Knight in our card names from your hand. Call them to rear guard with units. Then, if you call 3 or more cards, and your opponent's Vanguard is greater or greater, you Soul Blast 4 cards and stand this unit. When your other unit is placed on this unit's circle, Counterblast 1, and that placed unit gets 10,000 power plus 1 drive until the end of the turn. So this deck is pretty much beefed up from the last time from its predecessor used to do. So I'm actually pretty happy about that. So yeah, that, my dears, is my full main deck right there. And now for the markers I selected, I choose 6 Force 1 markers because I do like the extra 10,000 power into in the turn. So I can always go for a 2 because it gives my rear guards, my units, critical power. But I figured the more power and more pressure it gets, the more it's a chance to just wipe your opponent to smithereens. And of course we got a quick shield. So this has been a fun deck profile video for me to do personally because I did have a lot of love for Jewel Knights, and if you saw my old videos before, me and my co-friend, my good friend Jaden Storm from Team Shadow Strike, me and him used to go on banters about how Jewel Knights is bad, and just saying that they're gonna kick his ass, turning his Draconic Overlord into snake boots, but that's just a joke. So this is inspired by Kourin Tatsunagi in season 3, I believe, from the original series of Vanguard. So I do have love for this deck still, and I don't want to give it up now. So this might be the only Royal Paladin deck I will intend on keeping for a long time. But anyways, you guys, that is it for the video, and that is it for Deck Profile Weekly. Thank you guys so much for trying to tune in, and thank you guys for being so patient while I try to cook up these kind of decks and stuff, and being very patient with me trying to get the cards from set 6, set 7, set 8. I know it's a long time, but eventually we'll get caught back up again. And I know don't have the money, the funds for it right now, but I will try to make up as much as I can. So I hope you guys do have a good day. I hope it's a good weather for you out there. You safe out there, stay safe, make good choices, and do your decks the way you want to do your decks, and do your life, live your life to the fullest, pretty much. As always, you guys, I've been your faithful host, Siren Frost, signing out.